Hello, my name is Corey. I will be your instructor this semester for English 3010 online, the fall semester. Purpose of this video is to not only introduce myself, but to review a few things on the syllabus and go over your assignments for the week and kind of get you acclimated to the online website as well. So welcome. Hope you had a good summer. So I guess we'll begin. We'll get started here. I'm going to put myself down into the corner here, and we will kind of review what's on the Blackboard site itself. So obviously, when you get logged into your Blackboard site, and you're looking at the Screencast-O-Matic, the Blackboard site here, and we'll start with looking at the syllabus. So when you get out, I know I've asked you already to kind of look at the syllabus, get an idea of what's on the syllabus, ask you to review a few things, perhaps especially the schedule. As I know in the online class, this would be particularly good for you to kind of have some sort of an idea of what you kind of be expected to do every single week. Our schedule should be able to give you that. So I'll start here at the very top. My office is in the Woodward building. 9306.3. If you do decide you want to come see me during one of my office hours, you are more than welcome to. However, if that is inconvenient, doesn't fit with your schedule, please do not hesitate to email me and ask me to meet with you at any time. I am quite often, I live right here on campus, and I'm here all the time. So the only time I'm not on campus is if I go on one of my enormous cycling rides. So but I'll be more than happy to accommodate you. Just because it's an online class does not mean I'm not available. So please take advantage of my being right here. So let's start looking at the required text. It is the Wadsworth Guide to Research, Wayne State Edition. Please make sure that it does say Wayne State Edition. You should be able to get that at the bookstore without any problem. We have some major projects, blog responses, and peer feedback, which we'll get into a little bit later. These 6 major projects start with the research guide, the genre analysis, literature review, multimodal presentation, formal research proposal, and the reflective letter. And obviously we'll go into more detail with these as they come up. They are also detailed in great detail, I guess I should say, right here on the syllabus. So probably you're interested in the grading, so the research guide, and you can see the 10%, 15%, 10, 10, 25, 10, 10, 10, how all those things play out. It's basically a 1,000 point scale, and so if the research guide is worth 10%, it's worth 100 points, genre analysis 150 points, etc., etc. And we'll go into also greater detail as those each come up as to how those will be graded. We'll start with the start right off with the research guide, which we'll go into detail, which we're kind of setting up for this week. Attendance policy it's an online class, so I do expect you to check in weekly. I would think that you'd want to check in probably at least 2 or 3 times a week, although there will be one major video that will kind of set up things throughout the week. There will be accompanying videos to kind of help with some of the additional assignments that we'll be doing that week, and I want to provide you with additional information to kind of help you out. So I don't want to. So here is what I don't want to go over. Won't go over into detail every single one of these items here. Please do read them. There will be one of the assignments this week by Sunday night is a quiz over the syllabus. So please do read that and become familiar with it. We'll start with Project 1, the Personal Research Guide, which I will get into greater detail. I will, since this video is taking up so much time with kind of introductory material and kind of talking about the site. I will post another video later this week by Friday concerning Project 1. The main thing we want to kind of get started with right now, and I'm just going to scroll down through all the projects. You can see each one is explained in great detail, what is expected, the learning objectives, the requirements, as well as the grading rubric, or what we call here on the evaluation, how you will be evaluated, i.e. how you will be graded. All right. So we'll eventually scroll down, page 9,000 something. Okay, so we have the course calendar. So we are at week 1, and we kind of just broken down to a Wednesday, Friday, Sunday situation. So occasionally there will be things due, such as next Friday, which would be the 9th of September. where this Friday we have readings that you probably should want to do by that time to have read by Friday. There's readings you want to kind of do Wednesday, and then by Friday, and then Sunday we'll kind of culminate what we've read into, in this case this week, we'll have a blog 1 response as well as some project 1 research plans, which you will kind of learn how to do not only in the readings in another video that I will post by Friday. And then take the syllabus quiz, and usually everything's usually due by Sunday night, with the exception of the weeks where there is either a draft of a project due. Those are usually due Friday nights, and everything is always by 11:59 p.m. So we'll stay to that schedule, so that'll help you, helps me, so you can kind of get into a good schedule of Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Then that would work really well. So here is like kind of like the all overview, every single week, when things are due, what's taking place every single week. I'm going to quickly scroll back up to the top to kind of give you sort of an idea. So syllabus and weekly tasks and assignments. You probably spend the majority of your time on weekly tasks and assignments. So once this loads, we will review that. And then we have this broken down by project. So as we go through each project, which we're starting with the research guide, so we will look at initially project 1, personal research guide, and as you can see there, weeks 1 through 3. The next thing that you'll notice as you look down through there, especially with the first 3 projects, there's a lot of overlap as we are building into, the whole idea is to build up to the research proposal. And so every single thing that we're doing is not necessarily independent, or while they're standalone projects, each one builds toward culminating in the research proposal. So with it being this first week, if we start off with project 1, the personal research guide, so it, as it states there, weeks 1 through 3, and so as we wait for Blackboard to load, everyone is probably getting online right now, checking things out. So what else can I tell you? Things that you might want to make sure that you take into consideration is to make sure that you stay on a really good schedule throughout each week and stay up, stay current with everything that we're doing this week to week. All right, so here's the project 1 research guide. Again, it is the same assignment description, if you will, from the syllabus. And then the thing that changes is as we kind of get down here, we then have activities for week 1, week 2, week 3, as well as what is due for this particular project throughout the entire, in this case, 3 weeks for this particular project. So since we are in week 1, you can click week 1. It tells us there August 31st through September 4th. So we kind of have an idea of we'll keep that schedule pretty. Shouldn't be any reason to change anything. If anything, we might extend maybe one of the final projects or something if we feel that we need some additional time. But for the most part, if you stay on top of these things and do these the little projects, or we call the invention portfolio, which you'll become familiar with that term as we move forward, there will be, when it comes time, especially when it comes time to do the research proposal, if you've done all these what we call scaffolding assignments between now and then, writing the research proposal is not as daunting as it may sound. All right, so we have week 1 activities. This is week 1. Watch the week 1 video. So this is kind of a not necessarily part of the week 1 video. You probably actually get more of a week 1 video that will actually cover specifically some of these things. I'll try to get that done maybe even later on Wednesday. Try to have it to you the Thursday or Friday, but definitely before you go into the weekend. So the main thing I want you to kind of be familiar with right now is kind of be familiar with knowing where the syllabus is, weekly tasks and assignments, become familiar with using that part over here on the left. The readings will come into play on Friday because it says read Swales and the Wikipedia entry. So anything that doesn't say use the Wordsworth guide or the Wadsworth guide, which is this week we have from chapter 1, chapter 4, and chapter 5 readings. As well as read the Wikipedia entry on Discourse Community, and then you'll write a blog, and I will go into detail of what that blog is supposed to do, what it might look like later on. So then, when you're ready to write your blog, come Sunday or Saturday, whenever you decide to do it, you will be able to click on this right here, and there are instructions, which I will go over into greater detail in the next video. and then you have your syllabus quiz, which I think you have about an hour or something like that to do that. So that's kind of a basic overview of the site, kind of what we're going to be doing. I will go into a little bit greater detail and perhaps cut a particular one particular video that's more geared towards exactly what we're talking about, especially when we're talking about some key terms, discourse community, and what Swales has to say about these things. So I'll get those out to you. Let's see if this thing will let us load the readings real quick. And that's where you'll find when it says read Swales or read someone else, and it'll give like the title or whatever. You'll find all these readings are already here loaded for you. So if you want to even look ahead and see what's coming up, depending on your schedule, when you need to do more of your reading for the following week on Saturday or Sunday or whatever, please feel free to do so. Okay, that is about all I have for this initial video to kind of get us up to speed on kind of what's taking place. Have a great week. I will get the next video out to you as soon as possible.